Dave made this beat.
Welcome. What it do? Say Like a Champ, episode 149. It's your boy A-Dub.
Your boy Strizzy back in the building, man. What's going on, everybody? Hope you enjoyed your 3-day weekend. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you had a 3-day weekend. Some people work weekends, but you know what I mean? Hopefully you enjoyed your time off.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully everybody had a nice holiday, a safe holiday for sure. I know it was popping off a little bit in the neighborhood with the fireworks going on, but yeah, hopefully everybody's safe. Hopefully everybody's got all their digits intact, all that fun stuff. So that's what it is, though. Welcome back. Another episode of Say Like a Champ, another week in sports. We talked a little bit about how NBA free agency was going to be popping off, so we definitely got a lot of news to go through there. Couple other things, but before we get into it, Strizzy, talk to me real quick. How are you doing? Any thing you want to touch on before we get started?
Nothing much, man. You know, had a really good, fun, successful week. Got some stuff brewing up as usual. But nothing crazy, man. How about yourself?
Just living the dream as usual, staying busy for sure. And I do want to apologize for being a couple minutes late today. We were in here and I had everything dialed in, I thought, and then all of a sudden my stuff went blank right at showtime. So that's what's up, though. I do appreciate the Slackers already in the building checking in. We got in the building, and we also got Kelly, and they're chatting amongst themselves as well. So that's what it is. But before we do get started and launch into our first topic, we do got to bring in our final member of the panel for this evening, and that is Mr. Mad Marcus. What's good?
Brother,
what up? Hey, man, you looking really sharp over there, man. You look really nice over there. It's clear and everything, man.
Real crispy.
Thank you, man. I'm trying to get it together, but I'm of course, when you try to upgrade things, sometimes you got to take a little step back before you go forward. So I appreciate
looks good, though. Looks very good.
Sure. So, all right. I think that's it. Let me pull up the graphics real quick. Like I said, we got kind of a packed show. Even though we're in the off season of some things, definitely lots of stuff to talk about. So go ahead and launch into this first topic of the night.
What's up next? Oh, let's check it out, man, real quick.
Tune to NFL Talk.
Let's get it.
All right, NFL Talk. We have 65 days till NFL kickoff, and we know we're definitely counting down. We're excited to see that. But a little bit of news going on. We actually had a championship game this weekend. I don't know if you guys tuned in at all, but the USFL did have their first championship in over 20 years. They did complete this inaugural relaunching season, if you will. And actually, I have to say that the game was pretty exciting. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched some of it, and then I kind of read how it went and everything. And it was actually kind of cool. So what do you guys think? You guys think the USFL could be here to stay and maybe potentially come back next year?
I hope so. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I hope so. It's one of those things where shout out to them. Look good. Good luck to them. And in the fact just finishing the season, right? Just getting a championship game towards the end. I think it's going to take some work on their side. You know what I mean? Like they're going to have to continue to promote and find talent to bring in that people are going to want to watch. But you know what I mean? I'm always rooting for sports organizations to get their stuff rolling. So let's hope so.
Yeah, I think so too. I think in this era, there's room for more stuff. People love media. People love just content in general. The big three, it does its thing a little bit. It's surviving. So you never know. But but Marcus, you're all NFL, right?
Yeah, only because it's not like basketball where you can kind of like go to G League and you're trying to develop yourself up. If you didn't make it in college, it's gonna be kind of hard to go to another league and then go to NFL. Like, yeah. If you playing just to play, it's kind of something like you kind of living your dream a little bit on doing it, and then cool. But I think for the fans that want to watch and promote it, I don't think it's gonna work. But it could be like a semi-pro type thing, but I don't think it's gonna make it too much.
Gotcha. Yeah, I feel you. I can see that too, but it was pretty entertaining. But I gotta admit, I watched some of it, but I kind of fell off towards the end of the season. I was like, But I do have to say shout out to Bo Scarborough. He was like a big back from Alabama. He played for Dallas for a couple of years. Kind of never caught on in the league, but he was big for Birmingham, and he was like one of their bigger players. So shout out to them for that. Other news I have on here, we did want to say rest in peace to Hammer and Hank Goldberg. He actually came on ESPN in 1993, and before that, he was a handicapper for Las Vegas, and then came on to ESPN to do betting stuff on ESPN in a time where it wasn't really accepted. So he was well ahead of his time. So definitely got to say rest in peace to him.
Yeah, rest in peace.
It's funny, like now it would have been perfect for him, as far as like how big betting is now. Like it's crazy.
Seriously, it's nuts.
More information about actually someone, unfortunately, who passed away recently, Demaryius Thomas of the Broncos. It did come out today that he did have stage 2 CTE, and that may have impacted some of the things that were happening towards the end of his life. Still no actual report on the cause of death, even though his family has come out and said that they believe it's related to seizures he was having. They're now trying to find out if that might be another symptom of advanced stages of CTE. And I do have to say it's kind of scary, just like with so many NFL players, former NFL players, just kind of going down different paths, how that could be impacted. But I don't know if it's going to really deter too many people from like still going after playing football. So
all that money, but it should have a way that these former players, maybe yearly or even like every 6 months or something, they should do like a checkup for them because that's something serious. So hopefully some people probably won't do it, but they should really be effective, like players, active players and non-active players. They should be able to get that checked out every year if that's a thing. I don't know, but because it's kind of sad these guys going like that.
Seriously,
it is like a thing that they can kind of diagnose, but unfortunately, it's something that they can't confirm the diagnosis until they can actually like evaluate your brain. So it's like after death, but they can see the signs and they're trying to learn more about what they can be doing to prevent some of the symptoms or the erratic behavior, for instance, that it causes. So it's really sad on that note. So let's see. Down on the bottom, we just have more free agents. The same free agent crew that we had from last week. Still no one's been signed yet out of those, but added a couple more people down there too. But this is pretty much the last of the free agents that we're really expecting to make a difference or a big difference in the NFL. Some other little news. The Broncos, we know we talked about it last month. They sold for $4.6 billion. And just keeps continuing to elevate, the franchises and the sports and how much they're really worth. The last franchise in the NFL that sold was the Panthers, actually, and it was like $2.7 billion. And that was only like 2 years ago. So just like to kind of see like how much the Broncos are a little bit different, but still just to see how much like the values are going up. It's crazy. And I put down there the Seahawks and the Trailblazers because the owner of the Seahawks and the Trailblazers, there's been talks that they might potentially sell in the future. And actually Phil Knight and Nike and a few different investment groups have made an offer to buy the Trailblazers for like, I don't know what it was. I don't know. It was a substantial amount of money, but they said that they're probably not interested in selling now, but could in the future. I just think it'd be crazy to see like where these franchises continue to go though. Mm-hmm. $4.6 billion for the Broncos, and like when you think about other franchises, right? Like the Cowboys or like the New York Knicks, even though they're not very good, just like what they may be worth nowadays based on these like scales. It's kind of crazy to think about. Yeah. If I was the owner, I don't know though. It's like you could sell it, you could be fine, but it's like also like why not just keep it growing? I don't know. It's got to be hard though. I'm not sure. We got Unk in the building, and he's got a comment in here to help move us along. Let's see. He says, why haven't the Browns moved on from Baker? They're looking really bad. Lack of loyalty won't bring free agents to town. And I think that we did talk about this a little bit, but the Deshaun Watson case is the reason why they haven't moved on from Baker Mayfield yet. I don't have Deshaun Watson on here because there still is not news to report, but his discipline hearing is over as of last week. Still no rulings on that, but we expect to hear something probably pretty soon. And also, I wanted to hear what you guys thought about this. There was a rumor that Jimmy G potentially might go to the Browns if Deshaun Watson is suspended for multiple years or at least this year. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, that could happen because Baker Mayfield not playing for the Browns ever again. So I don't his question is like why they haven't moved on. I think they're trying to find something for him to go, but he's never gonna play for the Browns again. So Jimmy G, that's why they're trying to get another quarterback because he ain't gonna do it. Even though they got I think the other guy back up Brissett, I think he's there.
Yeah.
So he's there, but he's not like a starter. So they probably are looking for somebody that kind of take him to the next level. But Baker, he's not playing next year.
Yeah, and it's funny too because I don't know if you guys saw his interview or whatever, and it was very non-Baker faction. You know what I mean? Like he actually handled that interview like very mature. You know what I mean? Which is not something that Baker's usually known for. But he talked about how basically just both of them are ready to kind of move on and go their separate ways. And I think Marcus is right. I don't think Baker he's not going to play for them this year. They'll find somewhere for him to go.
For sure. I
thought Jimmy was going to Seattle, but I guess that's not going to be an option then.
I know that would be interesting though. That Jimmy G, that would be cool. And he'd be still in the division to go up against the 49ers. That'd be tight.
Yeah.
I'm having a sneaking suspicion though that Trey Lance might not be ready for the 49ers. He might not be as ready to go as maybe we think.
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll find out sooner than later because like we said, 65 days to kick off. So these last 2 months is going to have to figure out something. So
and Jimmy could always say, I brought the 49ers to two Super Bowls. Even though he lost, he been in 2 Super Bowls. So, resume ain't too bad.
Yeah, exactly. That's legit to me. All right, the last thing I have on here is RG3. I have him in the bottom right corner. I actually have to say I really like RG3 as an analyst. He's pretty solid, and he's pretty well spoken the way he handles himself. But he came out earlier today or yesterday, maybe talking about how he's ready to play. Basically, if he's staying in shape, and if he gets a call or were to get a call tomorrow, he'd be ready to play. I think that's BS. I think he's just trying to hype up media. What do you guys think, Marcus?
Sorry.
His career is over when he didn't come out the game when he's playing for the Commanders and he got hit in that knee. His career was over then. So he was so good though, man. He was so good, but that stubbornness kind of got him, man. So stay in that suit, buddy. You're not ready to do that.
I think so too.
Agreed. Right now.
Alex says RG3 is a good analyst. I do think so. I think he is solid. He does a good job. There's not too many people I like on there, honestly, but I'd prefer to listen to him over a lot of different people, I think. So, so that's what's up. All right, that's all we really had for football. We'll continue to move through our agenda here real quick. Let me see what we got next. All right, NBA talk. There's a lot to go through for NBA talk, so we're going to kind of try to break it down into a few different categories. The first category I pulled up is staying. Free agency, of course, started last week, and we have a lot of different players that are staying either with extensions or re-signing with their same teams. And at the bottom there, I hate to hit you guys with just such a plain table, but I was like, I got to just list this out so we could at least look at it and see. And it definitely pays to be a star in this league. We got Jokic, 5 years, $270 million. Karl Towns and Devin Booker both got their 4 years, $224. John Morant, 4 years, $193. And Anthony Simmons, actually, this was kind of sneaky staying. 4 years, $100 million to stay with the Trailblazers. So that's the ones I wanted to list there. On the top, though, I think one of the biggest ones of biggest question marks, I should say, was Bradley Beal. He is staying with the Wizards, 5 years, $250 million. I was wondering, though, did this surprise you guys, the fact that he ended up staying after he's been trying to get out this whole time? Or what do you think?
Nah, I don't. The thing with Bradley Beal, I don't think he's been trying to get out though. I never really heard him say he's ready to get out. But I think the generation has changed now. It's different. Those guys back in the day used to play for money, meaning play for championships. That's why I wanted the rings. Now guys, they don't really play for that. They love the game. you love the game, though you don't have a ring or whatever, and you can get paid. Like he got 251. Like at this point, like the game to me has changed because I don't care if I was saying I don't care about the championships. When I retire, I'm stacked. So anybody who got the rings, we got the same amount of money pretty much, or I probably got more than you. Cause I stayed with this team. So you love the game, you giving all you got, you doing anything. I don't think it's about championship anymore. I really don't feel that it's like that anymore because these guys are getting paid. They different. They teaming up like that. So I don't think it's about the championship no more. I think it's about getting money, and I'm with them, dog. Get your money, and when it's all said and done, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna enjoy that money, man. So generational wealth right there, man. So I'm cool with it.
I agree. It ain't been about championships for a while now either. You know what I'm saying? Like it really hasn't. I God rest his soul, but I feel like as soon as Kobe retired, man, it ain't really been about championships since. You're right. It has been about money. It's crazy. You look at somebody like Anthony Simons, who got 4 years, $100 million, which is crazy. It's kind of crazy to say though that's not a lot of money right now. You know, for the NBA, it's a lot of money for him. I don't think he did enough to get that much money, but
not at all.
NBA money, like it's still
that's
only
a steal.
$25 million a year. You know what I'm saying? I think Duncan Robinson got the 4 years, $90 million. So he's making just about as much money as Anthony Simons is, and he's a role player. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
it's crazy. I agree, man. It actually did surprise me though to see him stay, because for the longest time, Bill has been talking about staying with them, but then I think towards the end or the beginning of this, it sounded like he was going to try to leave, but. Hey man, I think he's there to stay. I think he's gonna try to retire as a Wizard unless something else happens later on. But yeah, man, get your money up. You know what I'm saying? Get your money up.
251 changed a lot of things. You offer me that much money, I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying right here. I'm comfortable. This is my team. I can do what I want to do. Yeah. Hey, because even Zach LaVine, 215 for what? Yeah. Like he cool, but 215? Nah, dog. Nah. He's not even a superstar.
No,
like Devin Book is not a superstar. Carl Anthony not a superstar, and they getting 224. Like, hey, I'm not hating on the money. So do your thing. Because I'm all for it. But the one that did surprise me was Zion though. He didn't play a whole year. That surprised me doing that. And then he's yeah. And the thing is, he's staying too. So I thought he was definitely gone after this year. That's why he didn't play. But maybe he knew something that we didn't know. You know, so. That's kind of big though. He's staying for that and that much money he getting. So
I think before the trade and how well they did in the playoffs, I think he was gone. But he saw something in them.
Okay. He didn't miss a piece.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He saw how well they did, how well they played against the Suns in the first round, saw how well they were coached. I think he saw something in that was like, all right, I can get with this and decided to stay. So with that, hopefully they get a return on their investment.
I think they definitely will, though. With BI and Zion, but them two by themselves, they're gonna be a problem. And they got those young guys that play defense, and they got one good shooter over there, like he can shoot the lights out.
Oh yeah,
I think it's gonna be nice next year.
I'm not worried about everybody else. I'm worried about him staying on the court. That's what I meant by their investment. I know how good Zion is. He had a great rookie season for the half of the year he played, and then. The next season of games he played, he looked good. It's just, can he stay out there? That's just one Achilles heel. Can he stay out there?
Right. No, that definitely is what it is. But I think that the money and the guaranteed money too for him, like you were saying, Strizzy, the promise that they're showing, but also knowing that if he stays there, he doesn't have to worry about it. If he does stay injury prone, he's still got that money in the bag. So I think for that security, if anything, he's like, let me go ahead and give it another go. Unk can't believe it though. He says he hasn't done a thing other than gain weight in his career. And I know that that's the tag on Zion, but if he could play a whole season without injury, I mean, he's going to be a problem. Like he's going to do well. So,
and I don't think that gain weight. I don't think that's a problem. You see how he showed 3 dunks in the playoffs that he can still get up the size he was. So I don't think the gain weight is a problem. I just think this. I don't know what was injured though. You know, dunking like the way he was dunking, like he put a ball between the legs, came up, did reverse. So I don't know what their injury was at. You know, like when you doing something like that. So maybe Strizzy might know, but I don't know what the injury is at.
I think the weight thing. I think why the organization is worried about his weight is because of how he plays. You know what I mean? no matter how big Zion gets, he's always been able to get up. But like after a little while, gravity, you know what I'm saying? Gravity with the weight coming down on the knees, his ankle, his joints. I think that's what they're worried about. So that's why they've been so focused on trying to keep his weight a little bit lower, because they know eventually it's going to take its toll on his body.
Gotcha.
That weight can be an advantage too, though.
Right.
Come to that lane, get out the way.
Oh, yeah.
I do want to welcome in Grace as well. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for checking in. Sorry I missed that comment earlier, but yeah, we're moving along. Definitely thank you guys for jumping in here. Pop's also tuning in. He says, yeah, I think he's excited about Zion maybe. We'll see. But let's see. Let's move on. So that's our staying category. And there's some other people like, honestly, this year in free agency so far, I feel like more players have stayed or re-signed with than like really a lot of movement.
Yeah.
But I do want to get into the next category, which is going. And we have Jalen Brunson was probably one of those top guys besides Bradley Beal. He got 4 years, $140 million to go to the Knicks. And like,
is it for sure he's gone?
What's that?
It's certain he already signed with them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So to me, I just feel like the Knicks are just like ready to just be like run of the mill. They're just like, well, as long as we got something to root for. I don't want to hate on Jalen Brunson too much, but I don't feel like he's like a big solution.
He's going there with his dad there.
Yeah, but I think his career is going to go down now because you got to play lights out every night. When you was with Luka, you could be, every now and then. So
right.
That's I don't know about that one because the Mavericks couldn't give him 104.
No.
Oh, okay.
They were like, you can go.
Okay, yeah, Christian Wood. That's why, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. So that's the thing. It's like, and I think that they would have been willing to bring him back like on something a little bit more reasonable, maybe. But the Knicks were gung ho for him. So I don't know. Basically, after one good year in the playoffs, you're gonna get like $26 million a year. But hey, that's
your
the new
money.
thing. Yeah. An interesting one, too. That's not too consequential, I don't think, but I did put it up there. John Wall. He did finish his buyout with the Rockets and then got a 2-year, $13 million deal with the Clippers, which I think is kind of interesting. The Clippers, if Kawhi Leonard ever decides to play again, I think that they could be pretty dangerous. I think that's a big if, I guess, but I think the Clippers are kind of making some scary moves there. I think they could be nice.
I mean, they were nice without John Wall, you know what I'm saying? So, like you said, with Kawhi playing. So,
yeah.
Like I said, if he comes back and decides he wants to play again and he just looks like Kawhi, John Wall can only help. I don't think he hurts. That's for sure.
Right. As far as the little chart we have for this one, we got Gary Payton II, Malik Monk, Andre Drummond, PJ Tucker, Goran Dragic, just some of the like higher names. But I did want to make a mix of like contracts, not just the big money, but like just some of those littler pieces that might do something different. PJ Tucker to the Sixers. I'm interested to see what Pops thinks about this. We haven't had a chance to talk about it yet. I feel like maybe that's toughness to protect Embiid or something like that. But if you're a big man like Embiid, you shouldn't need protection like that. But what do you guys think of the PJ Tucker to the Sixers?
Him and
Harden
are really good friends. They're like super close. So that kind of makes sense to me.
Got you. Okay. That's a little insight. I didn't know that. That's cool though. So maybe they want to stick together a little bit.
Yeah. They're actually on vacation together right now.
But you see what PJ Tucker's doing. He's going to these East teams and going to the contenders. He was the Bucks, then he went to the Heat, then going to the Sixers.
Yeah, he's just like picking his spots.
See what you doing, man. He's still getting paid. That's a lot of money for him. Averaging 1.1 a game. That is a lot of money right there. So yeah, for sure. Unk says these guys are no longer loyal to franchises. Maybe they're just worried about Instagram, Facebook followers, TikTok. I mean, that's the thing though. It's big business now, and it is different. Bradley Beal might be one of those players. Well, Steph Curry too, but like those players that never leaves potentially. If you look at most superstars, like they're gonna play for multiple teams. Like any NBA player is gonna play for multiple teams anymore. So
especially
that is definitely different.
I don't think.
Go.
I was saying that. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, I was gonna say. So our next category is kind of that in between category, and I put a couple guys over here that we think we know maybe, but we're not sure. The Sixers, with James Harden, they're expecting to re-sign him, but the longer it goes on, the longer I'm like, what are they really doing with that? Maybe they're just getting the right mix. Then we got DeAndre Ayton. The Suns don't seem too hyped to give him a big contract. They're waiting to see what he gets. They may match it, but if he gets a big offer, I think he's probably gone. And then last on there, Miles Bridges.
He's done. So they said he could have got 173. He was one day away from the incident. He was gonna get 173. That has to hurt bad. Like,
oh yeah.
Cause I thought he was. They said he was gonna be done in the league, but no, he's not done in the league. He's gonna be a free agent. But dang, 173, man, that's kind of like Schroeder a little bit. Like, yeah, all that money you could have got, and because of your ignorance, you messed up, man.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way Charlotte resigns him, and it's going to be really, really difficult for another team to take a chance on him, just with the PR that comes with him. You know what I mean? It's
this year I don't think he'll get signed, but if he do the work, going to classes and anger management and show to prove that he's, you know what I'm saying, in like the front office, I did this, I did that, I'm getting better, and have a relationship with maybe his significant other and showing that she's trying, and then you gotta give him another shot. Everybody deserves another chance, but it just like, dang, that one decision, man, ruined you almost. So
yeah, he went from getting like basically his rookie max extension that he was eligible for to he's maybe hoping for a minimum salary to get a chance to go somewhere, but we'll see. Pop says Lakers will sign Bridges in a heartbeat. You never know.
He had a good year, he did pretty good. Just,
he had a great year.
So just, you don't want that on
we
your
had
staff
a few
forever.
different incidents, and then the one right on the day before free agency, definitely. But let's see. Pop says Embiid. Oh, sorry, I was gonna say Pop says Embiid should be our toughest, but they signed the muscle he asked for. So PJ Tucker is the muscle according to Pops.
Oh yeah. But no, I was gonna say, what you guys think, Aiden? Like, does he go somewhere else? Because I thought maybe he can go to Dallas, but that's already filled up. So what? Like, does he go to Utah to take out for Gobert or something? Or
maybe that's true. That's a good call. That's the weird thing. I think he's a great player, but I think maybe the Suns were right to play hardball with him because they were like, we're not going to give you the big money you want, and I think they were kind of calling his bluff. Like, let's see if anybody else does. And so far, there's not been a big contract offer for him, but maybe that's just the bad timing, I don't know.
Yeah, because the way the season ended, he kind of got into it with the coach and everything. So I don't know if he comes back, but like,
I think he assumed he was going to be out. Like, I think he was ready to be out. So I don't know. Let's see a couple more things before we get to our last slide. Unk says I miss the 80s and 90s NBA. Pops does too. It is a little bit different, but it just, I don't know. It's just, it is what we have now, It's just different.
I was born in the 80s, so I didn't know too much about the 80s, but 90s, I like this basketball too. It's faster, it's more flashy, even though there's no loyalty, I like it. It's cool.
You're like, what do we need that for?
Yeah, you gotta change it up.
Yeah. Unk also says, is Ben Simmons still dealing with mental health issues? I think everyone is. So I assume he probably still is. But I think that maybe next year, depending on what the Nets look like, and we'll talk about that a little bit more right now, he might not have so much pressure on him next year. Maybe he comes out and balls out. We'll see. But I do want to look at the next slide here. So that's mainly our free agency updates. But the next slide I have on here, we have a couple, potential trades on the left. We're talking about Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, if they're going to be on the Nets, if they're going to get traded. And then we also have a couple trades that have already gone down on the right-hand side. The biggest being Rudy Gobert and the Minnesota Timberwolves. But Marcus, what do you see? What do you like?
I didn't know Murray went to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he get paid pretty good, or?
Well, I think he'll still be on his same contract, but they'll have the chance to re-up him. So I think he was on the last year of his deal with the Spurs, his rookie deal still.
That's weird though. Like him and Trey, like they 2 point guards though, right? Like, does that work?
I mean, apparently they want to play together.
Oh,
I think it kind of works. I think Trey is more of a point
shooter.
guard than Murray is, yeah.
Yeah, but
Murray's tall too. Like he's not small. So like I don't know. I think it'll actually work pretty well, honestly.
okay.
If they can figure it out, I think it works pretty well.
But I just thought the Spurs was his team though. Like he made the All-Star game this year and all that. He was doing well. Like it was pretty much your team. Like why you leave? Like that's weird to me.
So in his interview, he was basically saying that the Spurs and Pop actually came to him and told him like, you know, we love you, you're our guy, but we don't want to see you waste your career here as we go through a rebuild. So they literally like told him, he was like damn near in tears. Like he was like, you know, I love this organization. It'll always be my second home type deal. But yeah, he was basically telling him like, you know, they actually came to him that we want to see you be able to compete on a, you know, contending team or up and coming team because they basically said we're rebuilding from basically bottom up. We don't want you to go through all that. So,
wow,
yeah,
that should be good to see though. But I just
it will be an interesting mesh, like to see how they mix. But they might end up just taking turns kind of with the ball, or depending too. Like Murray can lead more the like second unit if like Trey's like, you know, done doing the pick and roll stuff, you know. I don't know. I think it could work though. He's definitely very talented to add to that mix.
Definitely.
They did lose Kevin Huerter to the Sacramento Kings, which I think that's cool.
Yeah.
The Kings, I like the Kings, but it's hard for me to get excited about them because I just feel like they're always just like, you know, just kind of like fringe. Like maybe they'll get in the playoffs, maybe not.
Yeah.
But then also Rudy Gobert, which commented on this one earlier, though. Rudy Gobert to the Jazz. I think it's a very interesting move. I kind of like it. I'm excited to see how they play. Unk says Rudy Gobert is not worth what was given for him by Minnesota. But I think that the chance at this experiment, right, to have such a big center and then have Karl Anthony Towns play power forward and really to do almost like a Twin Towers, like early 2000s type of thing, I think that's kind of cool. Like, I think that could work depending on how they deploy them, you know. And I love Anthony Edwards, so I want to see him be successful and be on a cool team too. So what did you guys think of this mixture, though?
Is D'Angelo Russell still there, or is he shipped
He's
out?
still there. Yep.
They're gonna be a nice team. They're gonna bring the heat. He said he shouldn't have paid him, but he's like a 3 or 4 time defensive player of the year. Like that's not easy to do. So that's he's worth the money. He's gonna do well there because now he really don't have to score. Like, him getting buckets is gonna be just because, you know. So I think them two. I think he's gonna make Cat better too being there. I think you're gonna have to kind of that's the biggest team pretty much in the league, the front court wise. So I think they both gonna make each other better. I think they're gonna be a force to working with. I think Anthony Edwards is gonna really ball now too. Like because that's gonna be nice, man. So they gave up a lot though. But I think it was worth it.
No, I agree.
Yeah. Plus, I think they had to split them. I think too, regardless of who they get as a coach, they needed to split him and Donovan Mitchell up. Right. They don't work together. They don't like each other. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like they had to get one of them out, and obviously they're going to keep the score of the two. You know what I mean? So it was inevitable. He was going somewhere.
Right.
Yeah. The West is super stacked though, man. This is insane. Like it's kind of I wish they would do. They was talk about a couple years ago. They kind of take some of the West and put them in the East and kind of mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's so stacked. It's like 10 great good teams. Like I guess it's exciting, but to me, I would mix it up a little bit more. And then last thing, I wonder what Anthony Edwards is gonna say. What he said about Gobert. Remember, he had an interview about him. So I wonder how that's gonna be in the locker room now. I think he'll fresh out. Yeah.
I think it'll be cool though. I think so. But you're right though. I mean, the West is going to be stacked, and if you think about the teams that didn't make the playoffs in the West this year, some of them are automatically going to get better. The Lakers are going to be better. The Clippers are going to be better. Yep. A lot of those teams are going to be fighting for spots back in the playoffs. So something's going to happen. Yeah.
Which I mean, they were in, but you know,
still like as a bubble team. So. So yeah, I think it's going to be great. The other question though, is what's going to happen with Kyrie Irving and Durant? Now, Kyrie Irving did opt into his deal, so he has less power in controlling, where he may go if he's traded as an expiring deal. The day after Kevin Durant says, "Okay, I want my trade now," he likes the Suns or the Heat apparently, but I don't think that that's going to happen. I think that the Suns. I think the Nets already said that they would want Devin Booker in return, which I don't think they're going to give up on Booker.
Nah.
The Heat, I'm not sure what that package would look like. Strizzy, you're going to have to tell us about that, but I want to hear your guys' thoughts on it, and then I have one that I would like to see. But what do you guys think was going to happen with KD?
I go out the Strizzy. He can go first.
Honestly, I'm not really 100% sure. I saw a couple of different scenario deals, you know what I mean? And one of them for Miami was packaging with Bam. But it's weird. Like,
you don't want KD?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I think the Nets right now, kind of like with Philly, with Ben, I think they're asking a lot. And don't get me wrong, KD is a monster. I get that. But he's also 33, with 4 years left. You know what I'm saying? He signed a new deal earlier this last year, so he has 4 years on this deal. Coming off an Achilles injury in the last 2 seasons of the playoffs, he's looked flat in both. He looked really flat in both. Now he would be doing less work if he ends up with the Suns or Miami, right? He has more help team wise, depending on what they give up for him. But I don't think he ends up with Miami or Phoenix. I think he ends up somewhere else. I don't think Phoenix has the assets, and I don't think Miami is going to want to give up like 4 first-round picks or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he ends up with either team.
Yeah.
I agree with what you said. I don't think he's a monster no more. It showed that he's not a monster no more because he should have won at least 1 or 2 games against the Celtics if he was a monster by himself. So that's out of the picture. So I think KD knows that too. He don't have that no more. Like he showed like he was trying to figure out if he still had it. And this show, like he's still great, still good. He's still a great player, but he don't have that. I could take over a team and I could will a team to at least 2 wins by myself. That's gone. So he's gonna have to team up with people. Right. But the thing I said he could have went to, I said the Lakers, but for them to win, they would have to get Kyrie, him, LeBron, and AD. I don't think they can get all 4 of them. If they can do that, then let it happen. But I don't think Russ is going to be a Laker next year. So I have a feeling they're going to get KD and Kyrie, and they're going to go from being in Russ some kind of way and maybe add another piece to it. But I don't see them going anywhere. It's nowhere else they can go because they said they want to play together. They got their own purpose. They've been plotting already. So I can see them going to the Lakers, but I don't know how it's going to happen, but I think they're going to the Lakers, but they don't need one more piece. Because I said KD and LeBron are great. They both on that downhill kind of a little bit. And Kyrie, you don't know how he's going to be healthy. So they need one more piece to kind of balance them off. So they get that, they can win it, but I see them going to the Lakers, though.
I agree. I think that they do go to the Lakers as a package. I think it's going to end up being Russell Westbrook and AD for KD and Kyrie, but I think that they might end up having to add multiple teams. Like Russell might end up for the Pacers. AD might end up on the Nets or something, but it's going to end up being like a multiple team deal. I do think that could happen just because the Lakers are probably just like, let's swing for the fences. Like, why not? I think the Lakers are looking at it like, we tried last year, like we failed. Like, let's just cook up another experiment right away. And even if we fail again, and just the excitement, LA just loves like Showtime type thing. So I don't know if it'll happen or not, but I'm kind of having a feeling that they're trying to figure out a way to get them both to the Lakers.
Why does Steve Nash still have a job? I've seen coaches fired for less.
Right. I don't know.
Well, he has a little excuse because his team wasn't healthy the whole year. Like he haven't had a healthy KD or a healthy Kyrie or 1 year yet. So it's not really coaching. It's like it's them too, So that's why he get a little grace. This year's the last year. I don't think he get another grace, but he did bring him to the playoffs. He only had Kyrie for 29 games or something like that at home. So I think he get a little grace. I don't think it was all him. So, but another thing. Go ahead. Another thing, what you say?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, and I also think they kind of hired him like kind of like they know he wasn't like totally too ready, maybe, and they thought he could just kind of work it out, So I think they kind of were like, "Nah, we'll give you another break."
But I don't know. I look at it more from like a coaching perspective, not necessarily who he had. I look at their sets offensively, and they're bad. They're horrible. Like, I don't know. I've seen coaches do more with less. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. And it's his first year, so I get that too. But
no, it's his second. Because remember last year in the playoffs, he just kept like begging Durant, like, "Please save us again."
Yeah.
So
and he did that this year too. They still played nothing but iso ball.
There was no plan.
But last year we have to also remember Harden and Kyrie got hurt last year, and there was one toenail from going to the next round, beating the champs. Yeah. So you gotta, like I said, this one shot. Like they haven't had a healthy team in 2 years, so
true.
You gotta give them a little something. But I was gonna say the other situation that could happen that I thought about first for the Lakers is KD going back to the Warriors, which I think it could happen too. Like some kind of way they can do something and get Wiggins and Poole out of there, and get some young guys over there too. And Kyrie stays in Brooklyn. So we're gonna see. But I don't see KD staying though.
Yeah.
I don't see him staying either. It's really weird to see players like that stay after they request a trade or demand a trade. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see him staying either.
Right.
Because they send it. I'm sorry, I keep on interrupting.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I mean, I'm sure like half the league is calling at least to try to see what's going on. A player like KD, a lot of people are going to at least take a shot at that. So.
Because I was saying, is Kyrie, I think when it happened, all I think happened when he asked for it to get traded is because when Kyrie tried to go somewhere and then it happened, he came back. So I seen like, are you trying to leave me? I've been thinking that for you this whole time, even though people saying they want to stay together, but we haven't seen them say we want to play together. It could be just rumors, rumors happen like that. Right. So I think, to me, in my personal opinion, if they go to Lakers and they say they want to play again, if they don't happen like that, they go somewhere different. I think KD was like, "Hey man, I'll stick up for you. You try to leave me, and then you got stuck here again. So I'm really out too." So that's what I think happened with that. So we'll see how it happens, but I don't know. I think KD's out of there though for sure.
I think so too. Pop says Durant to the Jazz potentially. That'd be interesting. I know that they might want to try to team up, but.
He ain't going with them people out there, dog. He ain't going with them people out there, man. It's take a special player to go out there and play for them, and he ain't going to do it. Nah. He's no
a special kind of person to go out there.
Yeah, you do, especially a superstar. Like, you ain't going to I'm going to go to Utah. That ain't happening, man. Nah.
Oh. You're right, though. He ain't going.
I don't know where else, though. Like I said, the Warriors and Lakers. I don't know where else. Like, do y'all think anywhere else he can go? They say they're Trailblazers.
Say this, though. He doesn't have a choice.
You say he don't? I do.
He don't. He's locked. He signed already. He's locked into 4 years. If Utah does come at them like, yo, we got you 5 first-round picks and XYZ, he goes where the Nets tell him to go.
Oh, okay.
And that's the thing is that he doesn't have that influence, that same amount of influence, but the other team has to like realize they might just be holding him hostage. Like, and if they have to at least have some type of plan to make him happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or else he'll just be like, I'm done. Like, who knows? He might just be like, I'm not playing at all.
He'll pull Ben Simmons.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know though. Pop says Nets are going to be bad with or without Durant. Unk says they need to run it back one more time, then dismantle it after that. I don't know if they just. That's not a bad idea though. That's probably their best option. But
yeah, I would have said they'll run it back one more time with Ben Simmons healthy there too. I think that would be a pretty good team. But when you request and trade, you gotta go. You can't stay down. Like, you go. It would be cool though. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but
they probably better. They probably be better next year. You know what I'm saying, with a healthy Ben and a full year Kyrie. You know what I mean, like, but. Both of them said they wanted out. It wasn't even just KD,
Yeah.
Right. Kyrie basically said it too, like I'm done.
Yeah. Mom's in the building. Welcome, Moms. Earlier she said hope Ben can get it together. I hope so too.
I love Ben, man.
Yeah, that's our guy. I'm saying have AD touched a basketball yet? I think he probably touched one recently. Probably within the last couple of weeks he started picking one up.
KG told him up, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he got called out a little bit. And I think it's fairly so. Like, my thing is with AD coming out recently and saying, like, oh, I haven't touched a basketball in X amount of months. It's like, why even say that? Like,
For real, that was the biggest problem. It's like, why would you even?
But he's cool. He got a championship, dog. He don't care no more. That hunger is gone.
And he got his championship. He's like,
he got a bubble championship, and he's cool with that bubble championship. Like he good with it.
He's playing like he good with it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dog. He's different, man.
Unc earlier said, now I understand why you don't understand the greatness of Jordan, and put the little goat there. Unc says Jordan had no mental health issues. He created mental health issues. True. The thing is, I think Jordan does have a mental health issue. His competitiveness is his mental health issue. That he would try so hard, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that is like a little. That's why he was different. Like, you could say it's an advantage or a disadvantage, but
I think he did. I think he did too have a mental issue. That's why he quit those 2 years. He didn't retire. People say he retired. He quit those 2 years, and that's probably what Ben. He said that's what he's probably doing. He thought he was gonna play. He took a mental break for 2 years. He'll come back next year. But Jordan definitely quit. I don't care. I know he's Jordan fan. Oh, he retired. No, he quit. When you were doing something and you start playing and come back to it, I mean, you quit and you came back. Retirement, you're not coming back to it. I'm just saying.
All right.
That's a little stab at Jordan. Sure is. Yeah.
You're like, let me get my shots in at Jordan. That's what's up. That's what's up.
I know Pop's coming with the low. I know he just put that clip in. I know he about to fire it off.
Yes, he is. So we'll have to see that during our next category, though. We'll go ahead and move on. And next week we'll be back with like some more free agent trades, and probably the big one will happen before we see each other next time. So we'll talk more about that pretty soon. So let's see what's next.
So what's next again?
Other sports?
Oh yeah, other sports. Okay, so not football.
Yeah, not basketball. We did that already.
Oh, okay, like hockey.
Yeah, like hockey. Feel me?
Okay, like baseball. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Like soccer, right?
There we go.
Like soccer.
Like other sports.
All right, other sports. We got a couple interesting things to talk about, but the first thing I wanted to talk about with other sports, probably a biggest story in college football this year so far. USC and UCLA are leaving the Pac-12 to go to the Big Ten, and the Big Ten is just becoming like, I don't even know. It's not even going to be regional anymore, I guess. It's just becoming like an American division. But what do you guys think about the changes in college sports with USC and UCLA dipping?
Is that like Texas and what's called? It's gonna be like 5 years before it happens. 4 years.
They're actually leaving in 2024, so they're gonna play 2 more years in the Pac-12, and then they'll go into the Big Ten.
That's something I don't like. I don't like y'all can't wait. Y'all gotta just say it, like, because it's gonna be weird watching them not knowing they're gonna be. It's like it's no comment. Like you leaving. So right. I don't like how he said it so early, man. Just can't keep it on the wraps, but I think it's cool, but not really. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like it. I'm like something. So you've been in that for all these years. So before I was even born, UCLA was Pac-10, Pac-12. That's your thing. Now you move in there. It's like it's only for college. Anything else, I don't care how you move around. But college, that's what you guys like. That's what you guys been there. Like basketball. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's big school. So to me, like small school can move around. Like when Colorado move, but when you move like that, it's kind of weird, man. I don't like it. Especially UCLA. Me, it's USC too. Like I don't like that. Marcus Allen, OJ, like those guys didn't play no Big Ten. Like, I don't know, man.
I agree with you. On that one for sure. I think it is weird that, like, I don't know, like with the new NIL, with the new money in college, honestly, I said this the other day too. I'm like, college football is going to change more in the next 5 years than it has in the last like 50 years. And it is kind of crazy. Like, it's not really that cool, you know. I do like the tradition of it more. So, but Strizzy, I'm gonna see what happened. I don't know if Strizzy is good.
I think he back.
Okay, Strizzy, you good?
Yeah. Oh, everything just went blank. Y'all started.
Okay, yeah. I guess
it was me.
It just popped you into the backstage real quick. But you're back now. But yeah, I think part of the timing though too is the Pac-12. They are losing their media rights contract ends in 2024. And they're right now trying to like renew and work with ESPN. But another thing that has happened from the fallout, and Mom said, you know, this will really hurt the Pac-12, is that there's talks that now the Big 12 is trying to grab like 4 different teams from the Pac-12. Arizona, U of A, Colorado, and Utah. Apparently, they're trying to grab them and get them into the Big 12 and become an 18-team conference, and that would basically leave the Pac-12 like out in the cold. Like they'd have like 6 teams.
Yeah.
So,
Dang.
so
They
it's
can't.
go ahead.
They can't fill those in with other teams, or they gotta go.
Well, that's the thing. Then you just go like scrape a little bit lower down. Like, you can still get a good team, but maybe you're getting like a Boise State. Like maybe you're getting like,
Oh man,
like a Fresno State. Like
Got
instead of like
it.
you're moving up San Diego State all of a sudden. It's just not the same. So, yeah.
Why do you think these main teams moving like this? Is because of the schedule, or it's for money, or
I think it's both. I think it's the schedule and the money. I think the Big Ten, they're like scheduled to get a bigger contract, and they're like trying to have their own breakaway network because like the SEC has their own network that's under ESPN. Big Ten's trying to do the same thing, so they're trying to secure it. But also USC and UCLA, they're like, we're in LA, like we can get all the California kids that want to go into the Big Ten, right, and play in this and play against Ohio State and Michigan and all that. And the Big Ten's thinking we can go into a whole nother market of LA, which is big money and like more media rights and more commercials and more advertisement. So it's all about the money. And now that the players are getting money too, the colleges are going to try to figure out a way to get theirs back too. So
yeah. So I know like the SEC, they got Texas and whatever coming, Oklahoma coming over there. But like the Big Ten, because I know 10 stand for 10 teams, right? And then Pac-12 is for 12, or it just
right.
So now you got to change the name of that, though, right?
Right.
Okay.
So the Pac-10 was the Pac-12 was the Pac-10 recently. Then they moved up to 12. Now they're gonna have to move back. The Big Ten, they gave up on trying to go up because they already had like 12. I think now they're going to like 14.
So Big 14.
I don't know if they're gonna try to change their name or they're just gonna keep it for like the branding. But
you
can't keep it. You can't keep it branding because it's not true, right? Big 10 ain't a 10.
I don't know, but like even the Big 12, like I think they have more than 12 now. I think they have 14. So I don't know, which they screwed themselves for trying to put the number in the name. You know what I'm saying? Like the SEC is like, we can add as many people. It don't matter.
As far as ACC, all that. Yeah.
But Kelly says this too. She said, I don't like this, takes away from the region.
Very true.
I think that's true. Like, and just the tradition, which it's almost weird, but it's like USC and UCLA are rivals. So it's almost like that's why they wanted to go together. Just like Texas and Oklahoma. It's like, okay, we can still keep a little piece of our tradition.
Right.
That Red River is too big to let it go.
Yeah, exactly. So, so let's see here. Pops real quick on NCAA. He says, AJ, can Georgia repeat? I think so. I think it's really going to come down to the offense again. Like, I think we're going to have the same quarterback. If we can get some good receivers, then hopefully we'll be all right. But the defense.
But you lost some defensive players, some big defensive pieces. That's the only thing, though. Offense will be straight, but their defense might be.
There's a lot to replace for sure, but they're loaded up. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm excited about.
I think they'll be fine because their defense is always legit. So if they keep their offensive feet, I think they're in good hands. I think they're straight.
So on offense, you lost 2 running backs.
Yeah, James Cook and Zamir White. Yeah, our 2 main backs. But I don't know. That's another thing that Georgia has like a luxury. They usually have like 5 or 6 running backs too. So
and one of the best offensive lines in the country almost every year.
We should do some previews though soon because college football is about 60 days away or a little bit less than 60 days away. So we should do some previews maybe and start looking at those like early top 25s to see what we think. Maybe make some predictions. But
Pops asking that question. Pops, are you nervous? Is that why you asking?
I don't know.
No,
we'll see if Pops thinks we can repeat. I think so though too. I think it all just comes down to can you beat Alabama or not.
That's what it's gonna come down to.
Yeah,
and you got their number right now too. So just don't be like Clemson, beat it one time and you can't beat them no more. Like continue to put them in the ground, please.
Right, exactly. No, we won't be like that. We'll keep it up. All right, a couple other things we want to get to real quick. Gabriel Jesus just signed. Was Manchester City's a great player for them, but now he's coming over to Arsenal, just signed for big money, and he's going to be our top guy. I'm really excited about that. Soccer is getting ready to start again like in a month, and we finally have some like world-class talent that we got. So I think that that'll be cool. I'm excited to see that, and he's already selling jerseys, so that's cool. Another person I wanted to give a shout out to was John Greer, who has now become the Sharks GM. This is the first black GM in National Hockey League history, so definitely want to give some hand claps to him. And it's really cool. His brother is actually the GM for the Miami Dolphins. So apparently it runs in their family to be involved with sports and stuff. But yeah, Greer he played hockey, and then he's been in coaching, scouting, for all of his career. Now he's a GM. So congrats to him on that. In F1 this weekend. Oh, go ahead.
You said he played hockey?
Yeah, he played hockey too.
Okay.
Yeah, so all of his career he was playing hockey, and then as soon as he got out of playing hockey, he went into working for the team, scouting and things like that, and worked his way up. So,
are there any brothers besides that one guy playing hockey right now?
Yeah, there's probably a handful, at least 5 or 6.
Dang,
it's coming along. It's coming along, for sure.
That's cool.
So this will kind of help too. Maybe he'll give some other bros a chance. So we'll see. Unc says, "Does soccer leagues have salary cap? Players get paid crazy money." And that's the thing. They actually do not have a salary cap. Most of the leagues is pretty much free spending, and you get a lot of money depending on what tournaments and how well you do and what you participate in. So that's why.
What's a lot of money? How much this guy right here? How much he getting paid?
He's gonna make $400,000 a week during the season, $500,000 a week. So the season is still only 35 weeks, but still he's caked up. He's doing.
Why that much money? Is it that popular like that?
Yeah. In every other country but here, Arsenal, those top clubs, PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona, they make insane amounts of money. So.
Wow, $400 a week.
Yeah,
I gotta get along. Let me get 1 week your 1 week paycheck, dog. Just give me. That's all I need, dog. It's a 1 week paycheck. You don't need that.
It's crazy the money that they make, and then of course they have their endorsements on top of that and stuff like that. And a lot of these guys, depending on where they're from, if they're from Brazil, they're from Portugal, they're even big back home, at their country too. So they got crazy endorsements. So
I played the wrong sport, man.
Yeah, soccer's pretty crazy. Speaking about crazy money going up, though, I do want to talk about golf a little bit. It came out Bryson DeChambeau. Apparently, he got paid in the area of $125 million to move from the PGA Tour to LIV for the next 4 years. And again, just another example, they're coming out crazy with the money. But did you watch any of the tournament this weekend, Marcus?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's still not up to par that I would like to see. So hopefully this is a trial thing. I don't like the team name thing. It's so corny to me. I just think just do like a normal golf course, put it in left the top right, and do it like normal. No team names like the headbangers and all that. I don't like that part of it. So just keep it. The guys playing pretty good, but LIV it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere no time soon. So you got these guys that's playing golf that's pretty good. That's probably gonna go to college. They could probably make it to LIV, So it's gonna be some opportunities for people to get a chance because some people off the street probably can't go into a PGA Tour. But LIV, if you good, you can do that. You can sell some tickets like that. They'll give you a shot. So I think LIV gonna be around for a little while.
That's cool. More opportunity, just something new, something different for golfers.
And you get paid too. You go LIV, so that's the thing. So
that's it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, I like that. The other news: Tiger Woods. He did play in a pro-am this weekend. Did all right out in Ireland. He did drive the cart, try to save his legs for next week because next week is the Open.
The Open, man.
And just real quick, Marcus, you have a preview for the Open, or who do you think is coming in hot for that one? Do you think you like anybody?
I think this one might be kind of open because normally the majors is they give you maybe a week and a half, and then the next one comes up. But this one it's almost a month before they play the other one, so you kind of cool down a little bit. So I think it's gonna be kind of open out there. Tiger, he won't do it, so he's. I think, like I said, I still think he can get one more major in his career before he retire, but not yet. But I don't know, man. I think Scotty Scheffler, he has a shot to do it. You got McIlroy, he's kind of hot right now. He can do it. those two guys, and I like Cam too. Cam Smith. I think he can probably win. It's kind of his kind of style of the thing. But it's like this what golf started at. It's 150 years this open, so it's gonna be very, very special. It's gonna be you're gonna be in P's and Q's. It's an open course too, so you can make a lot of mistakes and still be pretty good. So I think it's gonna be pretty good. But I don't know, man, because we'll see, man. I don't know. Hopefully one of those live guys come in and take it. You never know.
That would be tight. Yeah. I think that would be really cool just to kind of mix it up a little bit and kind of stick it to the PGA Tour. But I think you probably named our winner there in those 3 or 4 names that you gave us. So
yeah,
that's what's up. I did put the British GP. There was a big crash this weekend, but they're saying that their Mercedes technology, the halo basically that they have over the top of the F1 cars, saved a couple drivers' life this weekend. So just scary thing, but I know that's. I hate to say it like this, but it's like that's part of I think what is so exciting about Formula One is that they are so close to the ground. Like it is so dangerous, and they are just like out exposed in there. But it's really scary when you see crashes like this. So we're glad that everybody was okay. And yeah, one other thing I did want to mention, Formula One, they recently announced that they're going to have a Formula One race in Las Vegas next year. And I know it's way off, but they're talking about next fall in Las Vegas. And I just think that would be gangster because they're talking about shutting down the strip and having them race down the strip.
Oh, that'd be so sick.
I was just thinking, like, some of those hotel rooms that, would probably be so worth it to get, like, a hotel room right there so you could just watch the race or something like that. Like, that would be gangster. So we'll have to kind of put that on our radar for next year. So
that would be sick right there.
That would be sick.
Anything in Vegas is nice. Like, it's just anything you want to have there, let's do it,
Yeah, exactly. No, I feel you. So that's what's up. Last thing on here, Brittney Griner, she did have her trial last Friday. Where they're expecting that she'll be found guilty. She did write a letter to the president and some, kind of emotional words. I did want to ask you guys though what you thought about Brittney Griner's situation, and do you think that she's going to be coming home anytime soon?
Yeah, I think so, man. I think it's time. I think us seeing her now, I think it's a different emotion. At first, you talking about her, but to see her, how they kind of pretty much dragging her, you know what I'm saying? Like, the woman's kind of dragging her cuffs. I didn't like that. She wasn't walking on her own. She had to kind of keep up with the lady. So it's kind of made you kind of remember my heart feel kind of like sad. Like, man, like she probably not. Even though I don't think she's getting abused and anything, but she's still not getting treated like she should be treated. She should be free, especially with something. And it's also saying that they might have added some stuff to her. They probably wasn't all her stuff they had there, So I don't know. They're trying to make an example out of her, but I feel she'll be coming home. I don't know if it'll be within 3 months. I would say 3 to 4 months. I think she'll be home, man. But it won't be right now. But I think she'll be coming home like at least 3 or 4 months. But I hate it, man. It's sad, man. I can only imagine what she's going through there. Like she's there by, like I said, she's by herself. Like. Right. I hope she stays strong and don't do anything to herself, just kind of stay strong and hope God be with her, man, because I can only imagine when those nights you sleeping and waking up there, it hurts.
Yeah, I agree. I think that this letter to the president, though, especially because of how publicized it'll be, might accelerate things or might, help them figure things out. But I definitely think once she gets sentenced and they know what the actual sentence that Russia is expecting from her, then it's going to be a negotiation from there and try to figure out what to do. So I don't know. I just know too, I talked about it before, like the movie will be coming out for sure, like the documentary in the future. Can't wait to find out that.
I hope we get to see it. I hope she don't be there that long that we can't see it though, so
right.
I just feel like I don't think she's gonna be there that long. We just pray she don't. Is that normal for a thing when you go there and they find drugs on you? This happen like that, or she's a celebrity? It kind of goes a little more on her.
I think both. I think it's because she's a celebrity, because she's an American, and because everything that's going on right now. But yeah, I think a lot of other countries, like we take a lot for granted here in America. Okay. Other countries, like, they don't play around the same way, or they don't have like certain leniencies, or there might be other things at play where it's like if you don't know the right people or if you can't grease the right wheels, like then you'll just be forgotten out there. So I think that is a good thing to bring up though too, is like Brittney Griner isn't the only person that's like wrongfully detained over there in Russia, like as far as like American citizens too. So she even had mentioned in her letter, like, hope you don't forget about like me and the others that are over here. So we'll see. I don't know. But they might have to do some SEAL Team 6 type of stuff and go get her. I hope it doesn't come down to that, though.
Yeah, but it might have to. But it's kind of hard. She's so big. Like, you don't see that big tree running. Like, you can't.
That'd be crazy, though. I just hope that they can get some kind of resolution. So
I'm surprised her team hasn't like did like some bar like stop playing for a little while or something like that. You know, they still playing. I saw some games or something, but. Like the All-Star game, don't play or something. Like cost them some money.
Try to do some type of
Because like you said, they move. They don't forget about me. Like they moving on. Like they're not. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just thought they would do something, at least a couple of games or something to show that we rooting for you. You know. So
right, standing up for her for sure. Yeah. We'll see. But hopefully we'll have better news to talk about on that one soon. That is I think that is pretty much all we have for the week. So that's what it is. Trizzy, did you have anything you wanted to mention or kind of take us out on?
No, man, not really, honestly. Although I will say this, though, the Mickey Mouse patent expires on like 2024, man, or something like that. It's coming up quick. So they're talking about Mickey Mouse might not be at Disney in a couple of years.
Yeah. So like, you know, things go into public record, and then after like however many years, like 100 years or whatever, the patents come up.
Yeah.
They ain't letting Mickey go nowhere. That ain't happening.
If so, though, I'm gonna bring my version of Mickey back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't think they can. You can't renew the patent. I don't think they can.
Well, but there's things you can do to keep it out of public domain. But the thing is, like, if that were to happen and become part of public domain where people could just use it freely, like people would still know the difference. Like they're gonna be like, this ain't on Disney Plus. Like this ain't the real Mickey Mouse. You know, type of thing.
Real, almost definitely.
But it would make it different because then we could see Mickey Mouse in all different types of situations. You know, they wouldn't have control over.
Yeah, it'd just be weird.
Yeah, who knows? But we'll see about that. Yeah, that's very interesting though. Topic to bring up. All right,
I have one other thing.
Oh, go ahead. You go ahead.
I was gonna ask. So, is the Summer League not in Vegas no more, or just a couple games? It was in the San Francisco.
So they actually have multiple summer leagues now. They'll have like one in San Francisco, one in Utah, and one in Vegas. So like,
okay.
Vegas is just the most popular one. But they actually have like these other little ones. There's one in like Orlando too, I think.
Okay, it just looked funny not seeing the traditional NBA logo on the ground, all that. You see the Warrior. I'm like, what is this?
Right.
In Vegas, it's just that. So I didn't know they switched every year or what.
They used to do it in Orlando too. I think you should start in Orlando, not San Francisco. Start in Orlando, then move on.
But thank you for bringing that up, though. If y'all got NBA TV, you could be checking out Summer League games right now or online. See a little bit of action. Some of the rookies already making moves. So Sharif O'Neal scored for the Lakers. That's what's up. You know, that was kind of cool to see, even though, especially when he's been through a lot with his heart issues and things like that.
Correct me if I'm wrong. No star son at play has done well, been a great thing. But Curry, his dad wasn't a star, so that don't count. But I don't think it's kind of hard for your dad to be that good and you come back and do the same thing. You know, it's like,
oh yeah,
has it happened?
No, I agree. Like it's either the father is like if the father or whatever, or the parent is like superstar, the child's only gonna be like maybe like role player average. But if the parent is like role player average, then the child is gonna be the superstar, like King Griffey, King Griffey Jr., like that type of thing. Like I feel like it's either like LeBron and Bronny, like he can't be better than his dad. So
I had an argument with that too because guy was like, "Oh, you hate on Bronny." I'm like, "No, I'm not hating on him." I told him he'll probably play maybe 4 or 5 years. To me, because once you're not doing, but once you're not doing like you thought you would do, like I don't have to do this. My dad's the greatest. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll be okay, but I don't think he's gonna be a star. I'm like, no, I don't think so. I'm like, he's not even top 10 right now. So it's like normally when you gonna be that guy that you see it already, like, oh, he's that guy. Like I said, he's decent, but I don't know, man. It's gonna be kind of hard to be a star and your dad was, So
Bronny gets a lot of exposure because he's LeBron's son.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying he's not good. He's good, but Marcus said it right. Like, these guys who are going into the league as like top 1 through 3, 1 through 5 recruits, they're averaging 30 a game.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And more. Like, in high school, you know what I'm saying? In high
They're
school.
completely dominating.
Dominating. Like,
he ain't been that at all. Not his freshman year, his sophomore year, his junior year, whatever he is right now. Like, we're never talking about LeBron James Jr. as like, yo, this kid is cold. He out there killing at all. Like, he just gets exposure as LeBron James.
Like my boy Perkins, I watched him 4 years. So 4 years straight in high school, he averaged 26, 27 a game with 12, 10 rebounds, 5 blocks every game, like in his whole career. Like he dominated, you know what I'm saying? And he gets to lead, and he wasn't even an all-star. Like, he was okay, but this dude dominated in high school though. Like, he came out of high school and went straight to college. Like,
Austin Rivers.
Yeah, like he was like top 3 at the time. Like, LeBron was number 1. He was top 3 his whole up and down, top 2 and 3 his whole career with LeBron. And like look where he's at now. Like, he wasn't even that guy in the NBA. So if you not, like I say, averaging at least 20 a game, like, I don't know how you're gonna do that in the league. So
right. I think we definitely wouldn't have heard of him as like a top recruit unless his last name. Like,
exactly.
So sure. Moms came out with King Griffey Jr. and then Unc said Barry Bonds. King Griffey Jr. and King Griffey Sr. might be the closest,
Senior was nice?
He was,
okay.
But still King Griffey Jr. was better. Like, I mean,
so he still was better than
his Barry Bonds, it can't be the same. Like, they're never gonna both be on that level. I think it's one or the other, depending on which one happens first.
Hey, we're not making this up. It's facts. It's how it happens, man. Like, it's not gonna happen.
So, but no, that's interesting. I think though the last thing I wanted to ask you guys real quick, and I know we went a little bit long, but I appreciate everybody rocking with us. As always, we definitely appreciate your engagement and stuff. I just wanted to ask real quick what you guys think. If you were doing the Nathan's hot dog thing, or if you just had a platter of hot dogs in front of you, like, how many hot dogs could you eat in a row before you gave up? Like, just like you have to eat it and then keep going. You don't have to go fast, but
that's my number. About 6, but that's
it. That's it, man.
Power them down after that.
I can't dip no hot dog in water. That's sogginess in my mouth. I can't do that. I'm just sorry. And 6 gonna be pushing it. I could eat a good 3 by itself, but I'm on TV and got fans cheering me on. I can eat 3 more. But
especially a regular hot dog with like no like actual like anything else on it, I can scarf them down. But it's got to be quick though, because like when you start eating slow, stuff starts to settle. You get full quick. No, I'm hawking 6 down, and after that, I'm like, I can't do this no more.
Hey, Dale, how many are you doing?
I'm gonna do 8 or 9 or 10 at least. I think
okay.
I want to hit double digits. I think I want to try to get to 10, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to make myself sick, but I think I could do 10.
But I'm also
this one day. Try this out.
I need like some little cups of ketchup and mustard too. I can't eat the plain hot dog by itself. I gotta dip it.
In my rules, I think you should be able to put a little bit on if you want to. That's fine. That's cool.
You got water. That's cool, but I need some flavor too.
Yeah, no water.
I can't eat that. Yeah.
Okay. So tell me this then: how many cane strips could you eat in a row, like in one sitting?
I think canes is nasty, so I will even say.
Are they hot?
Yeah, they're fresh.
Because canes be coming out super hot sometimes.
There's no flavor in it. Like Chick-fil-A strips would kill their strips to me.
Chick-fil-A strips are bomb, but you're talking about the spicy ones?
No, just the regular ones. They have flavor. Like, to me, I don't know. That's another topic. But Raising Cane's is very overrated. Like, it's very overrated. The best thing they got is bread.
Strips in general, how many chicken strips could you eat? Like, if it was an eating contest?
I would say 10 on that one. I could do about 10 chicken strips because I don't know bread. You know what I'm saying? So I could do about 10. I would say. Gotcha.
I'm putting down 15 at least.
Man, I'm saying because like there's some strips like Marcus said with Chick-fil-A, their strips are pretty small. Like, they're pretty tiny. You know what I'm saying?
But they not. I can eat. I could probably put a hole in. I could probably take it in like that. You know.
Fact. But like, have you heard churches strips? Like they're actually pretty big.
Oh
like,
yeah,
churches
church
strips
strips fire.
It's a lot of bread too. You gotta be careful. You might chip a tooth too. So
That's facts too.
Okay, so we're gonna be doing that though. We're gonna have the contest, like some food eating contest or something like that. I think if we just put the
Grace.
grill,
Yes,
the grill
I'm
on.
out the jailhouse. Thank you, Grace. We
Grace says Marcus, we finally agree. Canes is a no. I like Canes, but
I like Canes, but I think they have fallen off a little bit. I think they became a little kind
they're
of
overrated. Yeah.
the best thing they got is that bread. That bread is the thing. I'll go over there just to give me three things of bread. That's all I want. You don't know chicken? No, I don't that sorry chicken.
That Texas toast is fire.
It's like manna for real. You could survive off that, and like if that's all you had, like it'd be good.
And the thing is, like, you're a chicken finger place, and you only got one thing of sauce. I can't get no barbecue, no honey mustard, no ranch.
That's weird.
I gotta eat your sauce.
I just had this conversation like 2 weeks ago with my boy Adam. Like we were both y'all talking about this. Like you a chicken strip place, you got one.
All
sauce?
it is ketchup, mayonnaise, and pepper. That's all it is.
Right. They try to act like it's big secret.
Man, come on, man.
That's funny though. Yeah, I've heard that from someone else too about the sauces. So I don't know. Mom's is still upset about Senior. She says Senior has a World Series ring, but Junior never even played in a World Series game.
He never played?
No,
I thought he played one with Seattle.
No, he never got to get to the World Series. Dang. So, I mean, but still, if you had to put them side by side, which one's better player? Just all.
Yeah.
Mom sneaking ain't getting you. She getting you the little shots. You better got Senior.
I know. But that was her team, though. The Reds back then was her team. That's why.
So did Dad play with Pete?
Yeah.
Oh, really? On the same team?
Yeah, and Joe Morgan. They had a bunch of players. So
Kelly said they stick to what they're good at.
Kelly said, "Okay, they stick to what they're good at." That's what's up. We'll have to do an eating contest soon. I think we could light the grill up, cook us up some hot dogs. We'll bring Pops into this. We'll bring a couple people.
Pop's gonna kill us, man. You know he got that. You know he.
No, I'm taking him out. But
a question though. But a question. So on the hot dog, how many did he eat yesterday? He won. How many was it?
I think it was 63, but let me get the right number.
Dang, like what? The same guy that wins all the time?
Yeah.
Or somebody new.
He won like 15 times.
63 hot dogs? I don't want to be around him after that. Like, you got to go your own room. Don't come around me, dog, because that's coming out, dog.
Bro, I was cracking up. The under on his hot dog was like 40. I was like, oh, he gonna do that. I was like, he gonna do that.
Let me get the official results. Where's it at?
63, dog. Oh, Unc said 66. God, dog.
See, and I think they have 63 hot dogs and buns in the annual. Oh, okay.
I can't over. So you over 20, then you go over 30, then you go over 40. You going over 50, dog?
That's a lot.
Have you seen how they train for these competitions, though?
Yeah, they be training.
They train for it?
Serious.
No,
like,
it's actually
they're training like their stomach muscles and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it's wild, bro.
Well,
So you training by eating, or you just doing exercises or something?
Both.
And I think they be training their jaw and everything.
Dog,
Pop said Junior was a bit overrated. Dang, they coming after you today.
That comment,
Team up, tag team back together again, coming at you.
Well, then in their theory, it still works. The dad was better than the son, but either way, it's got to be one of the other. That's good stuff. All right, we're gonna go ahead and jump off of here, close it down. We'll be back next Tuesday for episode 150. Definitely stay tuned to your dials for that one. We'll have something special next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pop says he could do 7 or 8 or 8 to 11.
Pops, you doing more than that, dog. Come on, man.
We'll see. But we're gonna make it happen. We might have to get some different strips though, because the Canes, I guess, is a no for everybody else. So we'll get the strips, we'll get the hot dogs, we'll make it happen.
BYOT, man, bring your own trash cans because somebody throwing up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be crazy.
What happened, Marcus?
Huh?
What were you gonna say though, too?
No, I was gonna say we doing that. We gotta do dessert too. We gotta do a pie eating contest or something too.
Oh, that'd be dope. What kind of pie?
Something like
I can't do cherry pie, so I'll have to do apple. No, if I do sweet potato pie, I could do 2 of those.
Dang, 2 of them?
Oh, I'm killing those. Ain't no
Okay,
cherries and no
no
apples.
doubt, huh?
I'm just, I kill them. Oh, we killing those.
Okay, we're finding out now. We're
I'll
finding out.
probably win that part. I'll eat that part. I'll win.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Well, if y'all have any suggestions for us on the food, let us know in the comments. Look forward to that. Look forward to episode 150 next week. But for now, it's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Striz.
See you next week, man. Peace out.
Peace.
And you say the truth.